Hey guys, what's going on? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the Ozark Quadrunner by Suzuki. This is a 250cc utility ATV. Now these were made for a vast number of years. They're pretty cheap when you find them, under $3,000, depending on the year and the condition, but they were made from the early 2000s to like 2015 or something like that. And they're all relatively the same. Same features, same motors, same parts, same aftermarket performance that you can buy, such as exhaust, rebuild kits, upgrade kits, clutches, things of that nature. Now this is a manual shift 5-speed. So you have 5 upward gears, you have neutral, and 1 downward gear, which is reverse, and you have this little lever to pull up for reverse. You also have headlights. You have a high, so you'll turn the light on, and you got low and high. You also have a idle control, which mine is broke, but you can adjust the idle right there. No big deal. Your handbrake is kind of, so for parking brake, you really have to squeeze it tight and click it in. Not the best design, but there are aftermarket options for that. Now, all these did come 2-wheel drive, so there is no front section, and it's not really feasible to turn it into a 4-wheel drive 4-wheeler. Upper and lower ball joints are super simple to change, along with brakes. You have disc brakes up front, drums in the back. You have a nice little brush guard up here. You also have a carrying rack. You have a rear carrying rack, which most people opt that are bigger to put a little seat pad right here just for your butt, because an adult sits further back. Now this seat needs to be reupholstered, which I'm going to be making a video on how to do that. Some things that you'll notice on these is the plastics always fade. And I did spray some oil out when I opened it up just to see how the oil was looking while it was running, because we did almost sink this, so that's something to look out for. But I just want to make sure no water got in there while we were still running it. So you have a little cargo bag. So your battery's here, your little cargo bay's here, your air filter box is right here. Not the biggest design for storage, but it does work pretty well. A lot of people opt to get little storage containers from Harbor Freight and mount on the back and front. And a lot of people like to have the aftermarket shifter guards on there, on these, because most people are going to be using these on trail rides. Being 2-wheel drive with a posi locking rear end, they do really well. Now, they're not suitable for driving on the road, because these rear ends are notorious for stripping gears if you're doing donuts or anything. One way to fix that is to weld the splines straight to the gear set. You also factory have a hitch that you can change the ball on, so that's pretty nice. Single spring in the rear, which makes it not able to carry a whole lot of weight. So if you're a bigger person, upwards over 300 pounds, I don't recommend this 4-wheeler for you. But for someone like my size, I'm 220, it's plenty for me. But you have a single drum brake on the rear, and then you have your dual disc brakes, independently operated. One there and one there. I mean, not independently operated, solo operated by that. You have your little .4 fluid reservoir for this brake. And then for your parking brake, it's just cable driven. And you also have a floor brake right here. So I don't know if you can see it, but whenever I engage the floor brake, it pushes the rear brake down. So with that being said, you can actually disengage. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all when I disengage that. Rear brake, front brake, So with that being said, guys, we've covered the brakes, we've covered those storage racks, we've covered the plastics, we've covered some issues with it. These are drive shaft driven, and they are positive rear end. They're 250. So if this is for, say, like a 13-year-old or something, or what they say, a 16-year-old, my bad. So if this is for a 16-year-old, this is a great first ATV. If it's for the wife, for someone, these are great. If you're not mud bogging, if this is being used on a farm, or you got land or trails that you want to ride, this is a perfect ATV for that. Now, with that being said, the price range is perfect for these. You can get them cheap, sometimes as low as $500. Sometimes, depending on where you live, you got to pay a little more, closer to $3,000. But this one I got for $1,000 with a spare one that was wrecked. They do not take an impact very well. I'll have to show you all in our video the Suzuki 250 that was wrecked, that was used to part this one together. Well, with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions about this ATV, feel free to leave a comment below.